The story of prehistoric death is written not in words, but in bone. Each fossil reveals not just how ancient humans lived, but how they died. Some of the oldest evidence of human violence dates back nearly 500,000 years. At the Cima de los Huesos site in Spain, a Homo heidelbergensis skull shows 2 deliberate blows to the head, the world's earliest known murder. After the attack, the body was likely thrown into a deep pit, preserved for over 430,000 years. In East Africa, early humans shared their world with deadly predators. A fossilized skull of Homo habilis shows puncture marks that match the teeth of a leopard. The marks reveal a violent death. Early humans were often prey, not predators. At Java, fossils of Homo erectus suggest entire populations perished in ancient floods triggered by volcanic eruptions. The fossil KNM-ER1808 from Kenya shows signs of severe vitamin A poisoning, likely from eating raw animal liver. Toxic levels of vitamin A caused bone inflammation, organ failure, and death. One of evolution's cruel lessons. In South Africa, the skull of a young Australopithecus africanus, known as the Taung child, reveals a shocking predator attack. The puncture marks match the talons of a giant eagle. The child was lifted from the ground and killed instantly. At Zhoukoudian in China, remains of Homo erectus, known as Peking man, were found among hyena bones and bite marks. Forensic analysis suggests early humans and hyenas competed for the same caves, sometimes fatally. At Grandolina in Spain, Homo antecessor bones show clear-cut marks, the earliest evidence of cannibalism. It remains unclear if these acts were ritualistic or a desperate attempt to survive starvation. At Atapuerca, Spain, a partial skeleton of Homo heidelbergensis appears to have died from a fatal fall into a shaft. Some deaths were preserved by ice, like those of Homo neanderthalensis found in glacial deposits of Europe. Several Neanderthal skulls show blunt force trauma, possibly from interpersonal conflict. At Shanidar Cave in Iraq, a male Neanderthal skeleton shows he survived earlier injuries, then died after a rockfall. Fossil analysis reveals traces of infection, arthritis, and tooth abscesses, painful reminders of prehistoric mortality. At Jebel Irhoud, Morocco, Homo sapiens fossils show cut marks suggesting defleshing, perhaps an early funerary practice. At Kenya's Nataruk site, 10,000-year-old remains show victims killed near a lakeshore, stabbed and bound. Nataruk provides the earliest clear evidence of organized human violence, conflict over territory and resources. Many prehistoric deaths resulted from changing climates, drought, volcanic ash, and shifting ecosystems. Each extinction, each fossilized wound shaped the survival of those who came after.